Hello everyone, how you doing? This is Adrian. This is Kinesiology 231. Specifically, this is an overview of Module 2. And Module 2 kind of changes gears from Module 1, where we go from red to orange, of course. But you'll notice that the modules will switch from that. We had 3 chapters in the first module, and now we have 2. And that's specifically because we're still going to go in sequential order through the book, but the book, the way it's laid out, it has kind of that information block at the front end of 3 chapters. And then in module 2 here, I have chapter 4 and chapter 5. And what you'll see is the book alternates as it goes from subject to subject. So like this happens to be cardiorespiratory fitness for this module. The first chapter, the book offers up information on cardiorespiratory fitness. It's all about assessing cardiorespiratory fitness. And then the next chapter is all about designing cardiorespiratory fitness programs. And then when we get into the next module, you'll find it's all about assessing muscular strength. And then you have the next chapter after that is designing muscular strength or strength training programs. You have assessing flexibility, then you have designing flexibility programs. So the book kind of makes it a 2x2 process going through the rest of the semester. Just want to point that out to you guys so you don't think you're missing a chapter down here. All right, so Module 2, Chapter 4, Assessing Cardiorespiratory Fitness. Again, I'll have lecture slides that I've adapted from the book. The publisher of the book actually has a great resource in terms of slides that they have that are geared specifically towards the book. And what I do is I take the slides and I kind of annotate them, as you've noticed on the side, giving my insight, my input from my experience in the field. Video-wise, you have American Council on Exercise. They have wonderful video selections. They're a great company in terms of certifying people in the fitness industry, but they also have a wonderful YouTube channel for a resource for information. It's great. I urge you to look them up on YouTube. And it's pretty easy to find. It's a really easy one to source on YouTube. All assignments in the assignment folder will be assigned on Wednesday, the 17th of September, and they'll be due by 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, 9/23, or September 23rd. And that kind of follows my 1 week minus a minute mentality. For this, you have a book quiz. We have lab number 4, specifically girth measurements. We're measuring limbs at this point. And then a case study comes back on the scheduler, as we talked about in the previous module. We have case studies that alternate week to week to week. And then we have a post and response. Specifically on this post and response, I'm looking for you to post, have you uses anthropometric measurements? All right, used. That's more like it. And with these post and responses, what I'm looking for is some insight. I'm just not looking for, yes, I've used anthropometric measurements. I've used anthropometric measurements. This is what I've done before. This is how I used it in my training. This is how I used it in my programming. I've used it on myself. I've used it with my clients. I've used it with my friends. I'm looking for you to offer insight regarding this topic. And when you respond to your peers, I'm looking for you to have well thought out responses, not just, that's great, John, but actually kind of comment on, I've tried that, but it didn't work well for me, or I tried this and it was great for me. You know, to get full point value in this course, you have to do some work. So make sure you just don't put in one word answers here. You're actually elaborating on what you've done. So let's go ahead and jump into now Module 2, Chapter 5. And the content will be much the same, lecture slides adapted from the book, another American Council on Exercise, how to find the waist to hip ratio, which is another way to determine an individual's risk factor for, just risk factor. And then in assignments, you now notice that the case study has fallen off for this week, and we have the Chapter 5 book quiz. We have lab number 5 skin fold, which I think you'll enjoy working with each other on that one. And then a post and response for your cardiovascular program. What have you done? What do you normally do for your workouts? How do you integrate in maybe longer, slower distance? How do you do interval style training? Please be specific on this and offer some insight. And when you do your responses, offer some counterpoints. Oh, I've done that too, John. I think it's great. Jennifer, I think that's a fantastic workout, but I've done this specifically on a treadmill versus an elliptical or running outside. So use your own experiences in this post and response. As I stated before, everything is presented on Blackboard. It's to be submitted and completed on Blackboard. And depending upon the assignment, your results might be instantaneous. You might have, as soon as you hit the OK button, you get your results. Now, if it requires me to do any kind of manual grading, say like a small essay component or short answer component, then it might take a little bit longer, just the way it is. But usually it's within 24 to 48 hours. As I noted before, I'm a guy that does not like to let stuff go until the end of the term, and I try to grade 200 papers at once. That's just nuts. If you have any questions regarding your grade or assignments, or you have an issue where you try to submit something and it doesn't go in, and I've had this where I've had people submit an assignment and I have a little quirky kind of blue icon that shows up in the grading box where I can't open the assignment, I'll reach out to you and let you know that there's an issue, and we can work on finding a solution for you to submit your homework to me. So with that, guys, I'm going to break off and let you guys jump into the orange here. We got a couple chapters of work, and then we move on to the next module after that. Have a good one, guys. Signing off.